Michigan's severe weather risk has been upgraded to a level 3 or enhanced risk for severe weather for Tuesday, April 14th, Tuesday night mostly. And as you can see, this is a 3 out of 5 on the risk level. And you can see this is about southern half of the lower peninsula. A good amount of the lower peninsula should be seeing severe weather tonight. Any area in the yellow area will be possibly seeing some severe weather, and the orange, I think you can be assured you will be seeing severe weather as we go into the late night hours of Tuesday. And what hazards are we looking at? 15% chance for hail, and a decent amount of that is in the significant hatched risk. This could mean hail quarter to $half size or higher, especially in that hatched risk. This isn't our biggest threat for the night. I think hail isn't going to be as bad, but I would maybe bring in your car if you are in this hatched area. And with the wind, I think this is going to be our biggest threat by far. And we'll look at the models in a moment here. You can see that we are in a hatched area and is a 30% chance for some severe winds. I think that I agree with that. It is possibly looking like sort of a squall line system, maybe some straight line winds. I think we could be seeing a little bit of power outage in the southern half of the lower peninsula as we go into Tuesday night. And then there is also a decent tornado threat. We have a 5 to 9% chance for a good amount of the southern lower peninsula. And this is a hatched risk, so it could be EF2 or higher and one or two of these tornadoes. And that is a very far-fetched, that's what could happen, not what is going to happen. Um, and let's take a look at the models here. The models are pretty telling in what I think this system will do. It's going to be a late night event, so you might, if you go to bed before a midnight, there's a good chance you might wake up to some severe weather, and I recommend at least being aware. We're going to be seeing some very strong tornadic activity going on in Wisconsin here. These look like supercells. I think they could be seeing some very strong storms, as well as Illinois and Indiana. But these storms will collect together. This is 9 p.m. over Lake Michigan, and they will make landfall on the west side of a little bit, a little more north and the lower peninsula. I think this won't be as severe as it can get. It is a slight risk. I think we could be seeing some severe weather up here, maybe some gusts of wind. And this is 10 p.m., and you can already see we've got kind of a bow echo structure. The model is showing that these little black areas could be some strong rotation going over Lake Michigan carried from Wisconsin. And as it goes into Michigan, we have a bit of a bow echo structure here. So I think, especially around this area, we could be seeing some straight line winds. Some winds 60 miles an hour or higher easily. And it really bows out as it goes through Kent, Ionia County area and goes down the center line of Michigan. This is midnight. So a lot of the southern half of the lower peninsula will be experiencing severe weather past midnight. And it starts getting messy, I'd say around 1 a.m. as it goes more east. I think the biggest threat is around this, like, what do you call a quarter of the lower peninsula. But I think we could be seeing some severe weather on the southeast side of the lower peninsula. Now, if we look at the photograph here before these storms come in, you can see that there are quite a few hazards here. We have a very close gap on the dew point in the temperature, which probably contributes quite a bit to the chance for a tornado, an isolated tornado or two, embedded in this storm. And we do have quite a lot of storm relative helicity, which is what gives spin in the atmosphere. We also have a lot of CAPE, up to 2,000, which is enough to create a tornado or just some strong storms. And that is fuel for the storms. And we do have a little bit of a significant tornado parameter. That is what gives us that hatched risk for an EF2 or higher. That is what counts as a significant tornado. And as you can see in the possible hazard type, we have tornado. And that is, very, that's a little bit scary. It's tornado in red. Oh, that's scary. But it doesn't mean that there is going to be a tornado. That means that this is what could happen. The conditions are right. But a lot of times we in Michigan will see these kind of conditions and not have anything. But why does it think that? Well, I mean, if you look at the storm relative velocity here, it is more than adequate for maybe an embedded tornado or two in these storms. Uh, but is the Cape enough? Unknown right now. It's kind of hard to tell. If we look at the shear here, there's definitely enough shear in the atmosphere for these storms to get some structure. And there's mostly Cape centered around the southern side of the lower peninsula, but we still are seeing up to 1,500 Cape, which is more than enough. I think 1,000 or higher you need for a severe thunderstorm, so we definitely have enough for these storms to be severe. And like I said already, this is 10, 11, 12 as it's in its strongest form in Michigan on Tuesday night. So make sure to keep an eye on radar and on news before you go to bed because this could be a strong system going through Michigan. And I just want to touch on this real quick. Just a reminder, there is a level 3 out of 5 risk. It is an enhanced risk. As we go into Saturday, we actually see another chance for some severe weather in Michigan. This is this upcoming Saturday, a 15% chance. This is far out, so it's very hard to tell. This will move a lot, and we don't know how strong this is. This isn't a level 1, 2, 3, or 5. It's just a 15% chance. So I'll keep my eye on that, maybe make a video about that. But for now, I think the main threat is this Tuesday night. So just stay weather aware and stay safe.